Wrapping things up here at the WEC post-game following an NJIT loss to Monmouth with head coach Mike Lane. I'm Drew Casey. Coach, let's start with the start to this game. The first 4-ish minutes, 5-ish minutes, great start, 10-3, 10-4, something like that. Had to be exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah, no, good pace, good spacing in our offense, confident shots. It really looked good. It was a fast pace, and we did have to make some subs, and that really ruined. We just felt it right away.
Okay.
Unfortunately, like it just, and then we tried to bring him back in, to get that starter unit back out there in about 2 minutes, but it just was just like a stop sign. It just got really bad there at the end of the quarter, and kind of lasted even through that half. That second quarter was just you can't get into a fist fight with this. They're bigger than us, and we were playing really slow. The game was in the 20s, we scored 10 points in 4 minutes, and then the next we scored 14. It was just a different pace. So I know I talked to Ralph at the break, and it was like that can't be how we play. And we tried to speed it up with a smaller lineup in the second half, but that third quarter didn't really look too different. And then obviously the fourth quarter, we got something going on, but just not enough.
What was the halftime conversation to the team? Because it was pretty quick. They were back out here pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, we gave them, I think they had 10 points at the half, 9 or 10 from the line. They had out-rebounded us. You can't defend by fouling. They had a ton of right drives. We just didn't defend the way we needed to defend. It's a pretty easy conversation. It's like, what are we going to do? And unfortunately, we didn't come out and shut it down. They kept on getting offensive rebounds. They kept on driving to their strong hand, and you're going to give up points. Like, they had one segment there where, like, literally their 5 straight points were on the right side of the rim, whether it was a putback or a right-hand layup or a left drive that the kid got to her back to her right hand, like a step through. There's no defense designed to give the opponent right-hand shots on the right side of the rim. That's not what the defense is supposed to be doing, and they're just getting too many easy buckets.
You've battled the injury and the illness bug. This team has 3-ish starters, again, out or extremely limited tonight. I don't want to use the word frustrating. I'm going to phrase the question this way. Is it frustrating, or are these more moments of growth and opportunity? You're getting just about everybody involved.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I think it's easy to look at and say, hey, we're getting Audrey time, we're getting Kylie a start. We're getting some other kids out there, but at this point, this has been the whole season.
Yeah.
I think our starting lineup, we looked at lineups of played basically 20 minutes together. It was basically the St. Francis game. We just have not had who we've wanted out there, but that is not the excuse because they're not available. So Trin is out. Marissa has been out. Maddie has been out for a while. Olivia Kulik was out and in and out. And I think, like, you're seeing Kulik come back a little bit, even though she was Rookie of the Week, and she had a pretty good game last week, but a little bit more of what she used to look like. Maddie's playing like what we look like. So it's tough to come back, from injury. It's not sometimes where you're just like, okay, you're back and you're ready to go. Sometimes it takes another week until they really get their sea legs under them. So unfortunate circumstances, but we got to rise above them. We don't get 10 points to start the game because we got 3 kids hurt, unfortunately.
Absolutely. You knew it was going to come, 1,000, obviously hoping that it would come in a win or maybe in the first quarter and not when it did, but still pretty remarkable.
Yeah, just incredible to have 1,000 before conference play in her junior year.
Yeah.
She really even got it because in her freshman year, she didn't really get on the court. It took her a while, like 10, 12 games before she really got going in that first year. So just incredible. It's a really tough game. I know I mentioned that to Ralph. It's a tough game to play. In high school, maybe they go through it, but you have that 1,000 points. They know it. They press a little bit. She's been great, but it's always this game that's really tough for players to get through. And I did think she maybe pressed a couple times in that first half, certainly the first quarter, but she settled down and 17 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. I think again she's been playing great basketball since Florida Gulf Coast. had a bad showing down there, as the whole team did. And we just kind of sat down, and she's talked, and she's been working with Coach Pace and Coach Kelly a lot, and she's just spraying the ball out and feeding her teammates a lot more, and really becoming more of a complete point guard. And that's actually opening up more scoring opportunities. So, she's got a lot of offense left. So we're happy that she hit this milestone, but there's a lot of points left for that kid in that uniform.
Pretty good interviewer too. Interviewed your boss, Lenny, at halftime on tape. Or maybe you've seen it before we aired it. Yeah, Trin and Ali are going to take Ralph and I's job in 2 or 3 years when they're done here. Lastly, you've got 2 more non-conference games. One in a couple days, then exams, and then one after Christmas. What does it look like? What do you hope it looks like for the next couple of weeks before you're back here to start conference play in January? Yeah,
so we have two practices before Wagner, and we got to go on the road and get this losing streak off our back. It's just it's really tough. These games have been frustrating because they've all been really close, and we're just not finding a way to win and not finding a way to win the battle on the glass, which is just it's just killing us. It's just torpedoing any chance we have when you're just giving them this many second chance points. But we gotta regroup. We got 2 practices. The girls end up class on Wednesday. We'll play that on Thursday, and then they'll have some time off through finals. Pretty easy during finals. And then we obviously come back after Christmas, have a couple practices for LIU. But we got to get some positive mojo going with these 2 games going into conference play. Obviously we've seen a couple of our conference games out there, and we know who the league is. We know that we're going to be in tight games, so hopefully all this tight game experience will pay off in January and February and March.
Well, Coach, of course, best of luck these next 2 on the road, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you back here in January.
All right, thanks, Drew. It's been tough, but we're gonna get through these 2 games. We're gonna enjoy the holiday, and then we're gonna be rolling.
Absolutely. Mike Lane here following a loss to Monmouth. The next in action on the road, 7 o'clock Thursday against Wagner. You can catch all the action on NEC Front Row. We'll see you next time.